T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. We have main engine start. 4, 3, 2, 1, and liftoff.
Well, we're here today to announce the first private citizen passenger in the history of spaceflight. The President said last August that this passenger would be one of America's finest, a teacher. Well, since then, as we've heard, NASA, with the help of the heads of our state school systems, has searched the nation for a teacher with the right stuff.
In 1984, President Ronald Reagan announced the Teacher in Space program. This NASA initiative would send educators to space to inspire students, honor teachers, and spur interest in math, science, and space exploration.
To teaching the foundations of our cultural heritage and to teaching the values that guide us as Americans. The teacher who will be going into space, Christa McAuliffe. Is that you?
It's not often that a teacher is at a loss for words. I know my students wouldn't think so. I've made 9 wonderful friends over the last 2 weeks. And when that shuttle goes, they might be one body. But there's going to be 10 souls that I'm taking with me. Thank you. I still can't believe that I'm going to actually be going into that shuttle. It just really doesn't seem possible. Maybe when I'm on the launch pad, it will.
I read where you said you wanted to demystify space. In plain talk, what does that mean?
Well, we see the space program as a science or math or technological adventure right now. I want the students to get a little bit of ownership. I want them to feel that they're part of the space age because they're the future and their children or grandchildren are going to be pioneering that. Mm-hmm. So I really hope to bring an ordinary person's perspective to this.
And here comes the flight crew now.
Finally, on January 28, 1986, they were ready to launch. 6 astronauts, 1 teacher, with thousands, if not millions, watching the launch.
And payload specialist Greg Jarvis. Big smiles today.
2, 1, and liftoff. Liftoff of the 25th Space Shuttle mission, and it has cleared the tower.
Control program. Roger, roll, Challenger. Challenger, go with throttle up. Challenger, go with throttle up. 1 minute, 15 seconds. Velocity 2,900 feet per second. Altitude 9 nautical miles. Downrange distance 7 nautical miles.
Oh my gosh! Look at that.
Because there was going to be a teacher on board the Challenger. School children from around the country were watching the launch live from their classrooms when all of a sudden, tragedy struck.
Grew up fast.
Among those in the grandstand were the parents of teacher Christa McAuliffe, who chose to watch the launch with students from their daughter's New Hampshire school, actually the classmates of her son, little Scott. And Peter Billingsley was there, the national spokesman for the Young Astronauts program. Had you ever seen a launch before?
Only on the news. This was my first one that I've ever seen up close.
So you would have no way of knowing as you watch the clear the tower and disappear in the sky, as I've seen it do, that something might have gone wrong, or did you sense that something was wrong?
It looked all fine. It was going up straight. I thought that everything was great. I guess some people had thought later that it took a slower liftoff than it should have, but I didn't really know that because this was my first time. I saw it lift off, then I could see the trail going down, then I saw a big round cloud of smoke, which I guess was where it flew up, and I wasn't really sure what that was. I thought that maybe it was the solid rocket boosters leaving because I didn't really know. But then I saw this thing that was twisting and was moving, and at that point, I knew that something was wrong. But the only thing was that the people that knew that something was wrong were in so much shock that they didn't scream or anything. They just were silent.
Yesterday, this 7th grade class at West Sylvan wrote letters to Christa McAuliffe. Today, they wrote them to her husband. One 12-year-old summed up the feelings of many. Sorrow plagued my body when I heard of the historical mishap with the space shuttle. I hope that in the future there will be more tries and discoveries with fewer problems. Your wife was a brave and courageous woman. My condolences to you and your family. With all my respect, Maya.
President Reagan had planned on delivering his State of the Union address. However, he had to deliver a eulogy to 7 national heroes and somehow console a grieving nation.
Nancy and I are pained to the core by the tragedy of the Shuttle Challenger. We know we share this pain with all of the people of our country. This is truly a national loss. We mourn 7 heroes: Michael Smith, Dick Scobie, Judith Resnick, Ronald McNair, Ellison Onizuka, Gregory Jarvis, and Krista McCullough. We mourn their loss as a nation together. And I want to say something to the school children of America who were watching the live coverage of the shuttle's takeoff. I know it's hard to understand, but painful things like this happen. It's all part of the process of exploration and discovery. It's all part of taking a chance and expanding man's horizons. The future doesn't belong to the faint-hearted. It belongs to the brave. The Challenger crew was pulling us into the future, and we'll continue to follow them.
The Presidential Commission concluded that the cause of the Challenger accident was the failure of the pressure seal in the aft field joint of the right solid rocket motor. The failure was due to a faulty design, rendering the seal unacceptably sensitive to a number of factors. Those factors include the effects of temperature, physical dimensions, the character of materials, the effects of reuse and processing, and the reaction of the joint to dynamic loading.